Oh my god, I still can't believe it. Choi Seung-hyun, T.O.P himself, is releasing new music again, which means that I, of course, have to do a portrait of him, because that's what I do, I guess. After all these years of wading through the silence, the acting roles that showed us his incredible depth, hello Squid Game, and the long hiatus since Doomdada, he's finally back with another dimension. That deep, unmistakable voice, those razor-sharp lyrics, and the unmistakable T.O.P aura that no one else can touch. It's all there, bolder and more personal than ever. Hearing those new tracks feels like stepping into another world with him. Like he's inviting the fans right into his mind after everything he's been through. As a huge fan who's been blasting Big Bang and his solo stuff for what feels like forever, my heart is exploding with joy. To me, T.O.P is definition of cool, talented, and artistry. I mean, welcome back, King. We've missed you so much, and the comeback is everything we've dreamed of and more. So, with that being said, I am going to hop on Clip Studio and draw him. I was particularly inspired by the music video for Studio 54. I watched it a bunch, and I think I had it on repeat while I was working on this artwork. So if you're not familiar with it, this is just speeding through it. The visuals are amazing. Nana is gorgeous. I definitely recommend going and giving it a listen if you haven't already. That aside, this little snippet-doodle here is the section that I was using for reference. So that all being established and all of the, what would you call it? Exposition. All the exposition is out of the way. Let's get to the doodling. Let's make an art, I should say. I'm pretty enthusiastic about this one. I have been waiting for this man to make more music for so long, and it's so good. So I absolutely, I had to do something, and there's just something so striking about that particular scene. The little cuts of him with like the solid colored background. I did take some creative liberties with the colors. You'll see that here at the end. That's one of my favorite parts of doing portraits is, yes, you have a reference, but I like to do things that make it really obvious that I'm the one that drew it, So take your guesses now as to what that might be. Depending on the thumbnail, you might already know, but pretend you don't. Sketching it out. What's funny is like the original sketch, just those like baby blue lines that I put down. They're comic book. It's like a different art style. By the time this is done, it ends up pretty semi-realistic. Because I couldn't help myself. But if I had just leaned into how the like light blue lines were, that was giving like comic book art style vibes. It's like all of my artwork starts that way, and then it just depends on how hard I go with the render. I end up changing this so much. I was so conscious about like making sure it looked like him. Right? And that's something that I wanted to make sure I captured his vibe, That was pretty important to me because he's got such a unique aura. And I like, especially with the way that he's styling and carrying himself for like this era, I guess, of his. I love it. It's just much more real, and it's just, I don't know. I'm very into his current vibe, everything about it. All of the songs. Studio 54 literally lives rent-free in my head. I am positive I listened to it on repeat while I worked on this. This actual time, because as you can see, it's been sped up 10 times, actually. It's 10 times the play speed. The original time that it took me to do this was actually just under 3 hours, actually. So it was like 2 hours, 41 minutes, and 39 seconds, which isn't that bad. I just muted to sneeze, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to edit that out, so it happened. It is what it is. You didn't hear it. We're gonna move right along. I'm pretty sure my face tracking picked it up, though. That's why I'm acknowledging it. Ridiculous. I don't know. I don't know why I did this whole, like, render just the one eye and leave the other one aligned thing. It's giving me, like, Korean David Bowie vibes all of a sudden. I do fix that. There we go. It's like, I can only render so much at a time. I kept merging it all into one layer. Obviously, I was doing the grayscale. For the more realistic rendered stuff, I do end up doing a lot of it on one layer. It's just a thing. If I were to have been doing this more of like a comic book stylized vibe, I probably would have sectioned off the things, like the different areas a little bit better so that I could isolate them while I did all the shading, but I wanted this to feel like paint. You know what I mean? Like, I wanted to kind of do this painting the way I would have done an actual painting, even though it's very clearly in Clip Studio Paint. It's it's the thought that counts. My background in art is very physical medium. I have paintings I need to do now that I've got backlogged, like physical ones, but that's neither here nor there for this video. Gosh, but pay no mind to the top part of his head. Trust the process, man. Oh my gosh, that's always kills me about posting these process videos, is like, y'all get to see all of the not so great in between stages where, like, right now it doesn't really look like him right now. You know what I mean? Like, you get the idea, but I don't think at this stage it actually looked like him. I was pretty aware of it too, and it was driving me crazy. Like, I couldn't look at it, which was it's difficult to draw something if you can't look at it, am I right? But I did get through it. I got through it. I got through it. Because it did start looking like him more. I fiddled with the face quite a bit. There's very specific things that make it look like him. You know what I mean? Like, he's got very unique characteristics. Also, the hairline and shit that I was just phoning in. Oh, thank God. I was like, at what point do I get to the part where I drew the sunglasses he has on his head? Because the fact that I was just leaving that out was killing me. Like, I sketched it in the blue lines, but I just was not rendering it in. I did keep those on a separate layer for a while just so I could shade under them and see what all was covered. Like, you know what I mean? So I didn't get drugged down trying to do details for hair and shit that wasn't visible because of them. I think at this stage is when it finally did start to look like him enough to where I wasn't, like, freaking out about it. So this is where we're getting there. I think, I feel like this is about a little less than midway through the process, if I'm thinking back correctly. This is about the midway point, which is wild because so many people, like, see me at the midway point and they're like, oh, you're almost done. I'm like, no. Like, what? No? I'm sorry. Excuse me? Are you new here? I'm the queen of over-rendering and then texturizing again. It's so weird. I do stylize it, right? Like, it's not photorealistic by any means when I'm done, but I like to blend this, like, semi-stylized, semi-realistic, surreal styles together a lot with portraits, where it's like, it's definitely that person, but, like, maybe an alternate reality is where they are. I play with lighting a lot, which is definitely what I do here. I'm so excited to get to that part. Obviously, there's no color here, but I will color it. You can just color grayscale stuff with color layers and like, I do combinations of, for lighting, it's like the color layer for the base colors, then I do like overlays and then color dodge or glow dodge. Why can't I not? Let me just check. Let me just look. What is the layer style that I use? Add glow. Add glow. That's what it is. I literally just opened Clip Studio and looked at it. It's an add glow layer. So I can't see it in what I'm watching to react to it right now. But anyway, sunglasses were fun. I played with the reflections a little bit. Obviously in the reference there's a much higher, stronger highlight on the one that would be his right, our left. Then the other, oh no, what are you doing? Put them back. Put them back. No, 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 put them back. Put them back. Thank God. Sorry, it's just, that's the problem when I don't want to draw something under something when I take that something off. It's just awful. I still do quite a bit of fiddling. It's not anywhere near, like, when I say it's not anywhere near done, this is probably about halfway. Right here, this is actual halfway, the true midway point. And if I look at the video files, that's about right. Playing with the highlights and stuff. I almost wanted it to look like, I don't know. Like, obviously the light source is from one angle, but I almost wanted it to look like maybe there were people standing off to the side, which obviously there would be if somebody's taking his picture. But this isn't a picture. Well, it's just a picture. It's not a photograph. What is wrong with me? This is part of the problem. I didn't, like, outline this video. I was like, I'll just watch it back and react to it. And that'll be the voiceover, because I'm not posting the 2 hour, 41 minute, and 39 second audio clip or base file. Like, I'm not going to talk over that. That would be ridiculous. I'm struggling to talk for 7 minutes without anybody to fucking banter with, or there's no, I can't riff by myself. What do you mean? I'm at, like, what, 9 minutes in, and I'm floundering. Terrible. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. The highlights really started to bring this together. Part of what my issue was, and this is why I definitely recommend people, the paper you draw on can be white, but when you start coloring your subject, pick a mid-tone, because I think I started with too light of a gray right here, to be honest, because I was having a harder time getting the our right, his left side of his face is in much more, I don't know, it's definitely on the shady side. You know what I mean? Like, when you look at the reference, which I'm sure I'll have on the screen at some point, or the whole time, who knows? I haven't edited this yet. I have not edited this yet. Words are hard, and I'm not recording this twice, so enjoy. His eyebrows, I ended up having to thicken those up a lot. They're darker in my interpretation than in real life. He has, like, his eyebrows are wide, but the hair density is, I guess, what I'm talking about. His eyes were pretty important to me to get correct, because, I don't know, I'm pretty particular about faces. I need, like, it's okay for it to be stylized. It needs to look like the person it's supposed to look like, right? Like, that's the most important part. And he has a very specific jawline. The shape of his chin is very specific. Like, this man has a very unique and recognizable face, especially since his run on Squid Games. Like, the fan base, he has fans that might not care about his music, which is weird to say, but he's a very talented dude. It makes a lot of sense for him to have fans all over the place doing all kinds of stuff. I'm just fiddling at this point. I think I literally have the liquefy tool selected right now. Yeah, liquefy tool and freaking finger and blend. I'm just blending at this point. I'm just blending and scooching. The old blend and scooch. That's my secret. My pro tip is, when you think you're done with something, merge it all into one layer, and then the blend and scooch. Add highlights where you need highlights. This is where I started adding more highlights, because I realized that it wasn't so much that the other side of his face wasn't dark enough, it was that the side towards the light source wasn't light enough. That was my issue. I didn't have enough highlights in the right spot. Oh my gosh. It's coming together now. I do start figuring some stuff out. This 2 hour, 41 minute, and 39 second endeavor stretched out across several sittings. I didn't just sit still for 3 hours. That's just not a thing I can do. But I think it was like 2 days, across the course of 2 days, like 2 sittings, I think. An hour and a half each-ish. Do another passive shadows. There we go. I was like, I know I add more highlights, so that was what was making it look really flat on that side. Much better. And then more blending and scooching. And blending and scooching. More blending and scooching. That's literally my whole spiel. The whole thing. That's my secret to good art. Blend and scooch. And blend and scooch some more. Throw some highlights and shadows, then blend and scooch them. Blend them and scooch them. As you can see by the multiple layers, at a point, I will start to get to a point where I'm happy with where it is, and I'm afraid if I keep going, I'll fuck it up, so I just copy that layer, and then keep going. That way, at any point in time, I can just roll it back to the last state it was that wasn't terrible. This happened several times throughout the process. This is probably the most autistic way to draw a portrait. I don't know. Tell me in the comments. There we go, color. So I immediately was like, I'm not a fan. I don't hate that golden color that he's got going on in the scene that I liked, but like I wanted to add my flair. So I'm like, what is close to that color but part of my vibe? Green. And so I threw that in the background, I start adding multiple different tones in the flesh tone range to get the base tones, you know, add some reds and pinks in his eye line so you can see the blood vessels. I think I went between all of the peachy tones, red tones, pink tones, beige tones, and then even some like purples and blues, just to make the skin feel like real skin, you know what I mean? You got different blood vessels, different thicknesses, but like when you look at it all at once, your brain's like, oh yeah, that's one skin tone. True. But there's variations when you're painting portraits, and then I just get wacky with the light sources. Fantastic, because I personally love the colors pink and green, and I think they make really cool dynamic light source, colored light sources. Yes. I don't know, everything can be saved by some well-placed, like, colored highlights. And I left this brush really textured so that it stood out from all of the blended stuff. I left this all pretty textured, and then add some pink on that side so it kind of makes sense why there's pink light coming from over there. And then once I get the background locked in, we're just fiddling with levels and color layers until I go to sign it. Yeah. Brightness, all kinds of fun stuff, just dialing it in. Really, I like playing with color layers and stuff at the end. And effects. It really helps tie it all together. I feel like more people should experiment with stuff like that on their artwork before they call it finished. And then spoosh, I'm gonna tuck a little hand-drawn one in there. Just mess with the layers and levels a little bit more, finalize that up. A little opulent ambient occlusion, I think is what that's called. Yeah. And there we have it. There we have it. I think it came out okay. Ernie thinks it's fantastic. I don't think Choi Seung-hyun is ever gonna see it, but if he did, that would be great if he thought it was cool too. I'm very interested to know what you think. So you just sat here and watched all of that, I hope. And even if you skipped to the end, what do you think? I think I did okay, but I mean, the whole point is, I mean, I guess I'm showing it to you. I'm asking your opinion. I need to stop. I need to shut up. I need to go. You guys have been great. Tune into the next episode. Tune into some live streams. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that little bell icon. And until next time, bye!